Welcome to free awareness classes on Indian Constitution conducted by Tharananellur Educational and Cultural Society through Irinjalakuda Vivekananda Civil Service Academy's YouTube channel every day at 7 p.m. This is me, Mahesh Kumar. As usual, all of you please subscribe our YouTube channel, and if you are interested in this class, please like and share it. Well, today we are going to discuss about Article 30 of Indian Constitution related to the fifth set of fundamental rights, that is the cultural and educational rights. In the Article 29, even though the title of that article says about the protection of the interest of minorities, that also protected the interest of majorities as well. Suppose if somebody asked you in which article only the interest of minorities protected or mentioned in the Constitution, the answer is Article 30. But you see, the term minorities is not properly defined in the Constitution. We know in the Constitution there are several such words without providing proper definition. The words like untouchability, basic structure, religious denomination, now minorities as well. See, Article 30 is providing only to the Indian citizens. That also very important point. Let us see the subject matter of Article 30. It says that the minorities have the right to establish and administer the educational institutions according to their choice. In India, we can see many such institutions run by minorities because they have been given such a fabulous rights in the Constitution. See, in the year 1978, through 44th Amendment, one more provision added to this article, because in the year 1978 through 44th Amendment, right to property deleted from the Constitution. We know in the original Constitution we had 7 sets of fundamental rights, but now we have only 6 sets. See, till 1978, if the government tried to acquire the properties of citizens can approach the court. That created many problems to the government. That's why they decided to remove that fundamental right, and they did it in the year 1978. After that, the government could acquire the properties of any citizens. There is no problem. Now, the citizens cannot approach the court. That may be with or without providing the compensation. But in majority of the cases, the government will provide a compensation. Otherwise, that will affect their vote bank in the coming election. That is the reason. See, so that here, while acquiring the properties of minorities by giving the compensation, that should not restrict or abrogate their rights or their fabulous rights, rather guaranteed by the constitution. That is very important point. Another important thing to remember in this article 30, see, government is providing grants to the educational institutions for the upliftment of education. When at the time of providing such grants, the state shall not discriminate any educational institutions managed by the minorities. See, when we think about minorities, we have two categories. The first one, religious minorities, and the second one, linguistic minorities. So that while providing education to the linguistic minorities, that should be in their own language. That also very important point. See, the educational institutions run by minorities we can categorize into three ways. Firstly, the educational institutions seeking the recognition as well as the aid from the state. And in the second category, such institutions seeking only the recognition, not the aid. But in the third case, they neither seek recognition nor the aid. See, in the first and the second case, such minority educational institutions should strictly follow the rules and regulations framed by the state in the matters of syllabus, appointment of teachers, and discipline. See, in a famous case, that is the secretary of Malankara Syrian Catholic College in 2007, the court clearly mentioned about the norms that should be followed by the minority educational institutions. Firstly, they should be given opportunities to the eligible students, and they should fix a reasonable fee structure. Thirdly, the properties of such educational institutions should be utilized for the well-being of the students. And fourthly, the rights of such minorities should not exceed the majorities. If it is exceeding the majority rights, that will create another form of discrimination. And finally, such a minority educational institutions should maintain a decent public order, morality, and health. Now I think you could understand Article 30 of Indian Constitution clearly. I am concluding this session. So thank you very much.